Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens, back for another episode of the 10 Weather Impact Show, and we've got more of those 10 Weather Impact alert days in place. We had one this morning as snowfall came through Central Ohio, just bringing our most recent round of accumulating winter weather to the region, and we'll have another one as we head into the day tomorrow. But that's not going to be for snow. That one's going to be for bitter cold air temperatures and wind chills, mostly toward the wind chill side of things, as wind chills are expected to go well below the 0 mark by tomorrow morning. So let's go ahead and dive into everything ahead in our forecast, including those impact alerts. Of course, we had the inconvenient snow around this morning. Some of that will return this afternoon, but it's not going to be nearly as heavy as what we had out there earlier today. Most of the accumulation was in the first wave, but we could get some areas of reduced visibility as we head into the evening, possibly some slick spots on the road. So keep that in mind. More scattered snow out there. Plan ahead before you head out, but it's not going to be as bad later today as it was in the first part of the day on this Friday. So we are improving. We do have a few of those winter weather advisories still in place. Our northern counties and our southeastern counties remain under the advisories at this hour. Most of them have been canceled as of about 2 o'clock. Kind of exactly what we were telling you last night, that we had it initially issued all the way through about 6 p.m., but I didn't think we were going to get that far before bulk of the snow was gone and we'd get rid of some of these alerts, and we're seeing that play out. I wouldn't be surprised if the north and the southeastern counties get rid of these alerts in the coming hours as well. Don't expect these to stick around too much longer. The snow outside accumulated about 1 inch or 2 here across central Ohio. Roads, for the most part, the main thoroughfares as of the early afternoon, we're starting to do better. You can see out there, Cedar Audubon, things are looking clear, but there's now a fresh coat of snow out there on those grassy areas, and things are still looking like winter. Our temperatures out there right now, 28 degrees, feels like 19. Wind chill already about 10 degrees colder than the air temperature, and these wind chills are only going to get worse as we head through tonight into tomorrow. And again, that's why we'll have another impact alert day for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the radar. As of about 2:02, not much snow was left over central Ohio. Most everything that we did have falling still was out toward the eastern part of the state. I'll give you a quick radar estimate of snowfall, and I want to address kind of the elephant in the room here, this big hole where it says no snow out there along I-70 and I-71. There's a reason for this. This is radar estimated snowfall, and last night the Wilmington Weather Service radar actually went offline. So we're missing a big chunk of data from this region here, but we can use the data we do have to fill in the holes as to how much snow fell. Take a look down toward Athens, Jackson, MacArthur. This is mostly that 1 inch in that light blue, 2 inch plus in that dark blue, 1 to 3 kind of range down there. Same as we get up closer to Cleveland's radar, you pick up that 1 to 3 inch range. I would expect the rest of this to really fill in about the same. So 1 to 3 inch appears to be the majority of the snow that we picked up. Of course, we'll get actual ground truth reports as we head throughout the day, and we'll let you know about those online and on our broadcast later in the evening as we get more of those snow measurements in to report to you guys at home. Big picture here shows again most of the snowfall now well toward the east and the southeast of us here in Columbus. As this system starts to push by and the winds start to shift to more of a northerly flow behind it, there's a risk we could get some additional snow bands this afternoon and evening. Again, though, that's not going to be nearly as high accumulation as what we had this morning. So it's mostly going to be a visibility reducer and a creator of some slick spots. Temperatures out there, they are warming across the region still. We're up to 30 in Lancaster, 30 Circleville, 28 in Newark, 31 in London. We're up to the freezing mark down in Piketon and Jackson. I think a few more of us will creep up to that freezing mark, if not into the mid-30s themselves by later this afternoon. Some of the snow that's fallen today will likely melt before it's all said and done. Winds out there, they're going to be picking up as we head through the rest of the day and into tonight. Right now around 5 to 15 mile per hour wind, but this will get stronger as time goes on. Check out the wind forecast here. This is not the gusts. This is just sustained winds. As we go through the rest of the evening and toward midnight tonight, our wind speeds pick up to almost 20 miles per hour. I think we're going to get some gusts tonight that'll be up closer to the 30 mile per hour mark. So that's a big reason for the wind chill factor heading heading into tomorrow being so bitter is just how windy things are going to get now that this snow system has passed us by. Combine that with rapidly dropping temperatures. We will be in the low 30s again this afternoon, but once we get past sundown and 8 o'clock tonight, it's all downhill. We are down into the low teens by the time we get to about 3 a.m. And at the time we get toward tomorrow morning, we're talking mid single digits out there for a number of spots here in central Ohio. So it is going to be bitterly cold tonight. With that cold weather comes a new round of alerts. The cold weather advisories are back in place across central Ohio as we head through tonight and through about noon on Saturday. The entirety of the 10 TV viewing area under those cold weather advisories. The concern with this is the sub-zero wind chills that we're expecting to come across the region. I'll show you those wind chills hour by hour. Through this afternoon, we're going to stay feeling like the 20s, but once we lose the daylight, things go south in a hurry. This is by 5 a.m. tomorrow. We could be looking at negative 10 for some wind chills out there, maybe even as low as negative 15 if you're in the right spot. So get ready for that bitter cold air through Saturday morning. We stay near to below zero for wind chills all the way through noon. Once we get into the afternoon, the wind chills pop back up, and then we're kind of back into solid territory after that. Tomorrow's forecast, by the way, not very warm even without the wind. We're only talking 15 degrees for tomorrow's high. Much colder air in place compared to today. We're going to lose, in some cases, 20 degrees from where those temperatures are this afternoon. If we do have a positive for tomorrow, it's that we get the sunshine back, but it doesn't really help us much to warm things up. It should stay dry tomorrow as well. We're talking about, again, a very quiet but cold Saturday. As we get into Sunday, cloud cover increases just a bit, but we get that chance for some isolated snowflakes across the region. I don't think this is really going to be accumulating snow outside of a few hit or miss spots, but again, be ready for some flakes Sunday. Back to dry Monday, but then as we get toward the midweek, we do get the rain chances back in the forecast. And definitely I said that rain chances because our temperatures are going to be warming quite a bit. Take a look at this graph here. We go from 15 tomorrow, 24 Sunday, 34 Monday, 44 Tuesday. We are picking up about 10 degrees every single day heading into early next week. It's going to be nice to get back above the freezing mark and try to melt some of the snow. But again, we do have to worry about some potential for rain coming along with it. We'll show you the hour by hour for the rest of the day today. Light snowflake activity possible through this afternoon. As we get into the evening, some of those snow bands could push their way back into the region, so we will have to watch those as they work their way through this evening. Again, mostly a visibility impact, maybe a slick spot. I don't think we're going to really accumulate much more snowfall as we head through tonight. That pushes out, skies start to clear, temperatures fall. Again, we're down to single digits by tomorrow morning. And then as we get into the day Saturday, nice and quiet weather. We'll see the sunshine around throughout the day, but other than that, just kind of a cold start to the weekend. I'll give you a quick rundown of how much snow could come with those bands tonight. Not expecting much, half inch or less outside of a very specific area that might get a little bit higher, but you got to be in just the right spot for that to really impact you. Here's a look at your 10 Weather Impact 7-day forecast. Of course, we had the impact alert this morning with the snow coming through. We got a chance for some more snow tonight. We'll continue that alert for tomorrow with that bitter cold air. Air temperature down to 5 as we head into early tomorrow. Those temperatures down to 3 on Sunday morning. What makes this better, and 3 is better than 5 in this case, is because we're not going to see a lot of wind. Winds are going to be really calm. I don't even think we're going to get many wind chills below 0 Sunday morning because there's just not going to be a lot of wind out there. From there, though, it's all uphill. We climb to 34 on Monday, up to 44 Tuesday. We stay above freezing, but we slightly start to cool down as we head toward Wednesday, Thursday next week. But you know, that's more close to where we should be for this time of the year. So overall, not a bad trade-off as we get into next week with those temperatures getting back to the point where we can finally get rid of some of this snow. And speaking of the snow, you know, it's been a hassle throughout the day today, and it's been impacting many counties around central Ohio. A number of them under snow emergencies, including 7 counties that as of about 2 o'clock were under a level 2 snow emergency. Remember, a level 2 means that travel is not advised for anyone in those counties. And for those in a level 1, advised to use caution when out on the roads. That cold weather continues to impact us here in Columbus as well. Crews were working today to clean roads after another water main broke. This one was on Thurman Avenue near South High School. In the past 2 weeks, there have been more than 80 water main breaks reported in Columbus. And of course, those plows, they're hitting the roads again. You can use the Columbus Warrior Watch to track their progress and see which areas have been serviced and which ones haven't. You can also check on the priority of streets in your neighborhood. Here's a look at the site. All the roads in yellow mean they've been cleared in the past 3 hours. If you want to zoom into exactly where you lived, we have a link to this on our website, 10tv.com, under featured links. And remember, for all the latest weather alerts, updates, breaking news, and more sent right to your phone, you can download the 10TV app to get notifications on your mobile device. You can always visit the 10TV website as well. Both, of course, entirely free to use. And turning back to our weather coverage, it's been a rough 2 weeks since Central Ohio got hit with that major winter storm, and now more winter weather today. Of course, those busted water mains like the one we just showed you have been happening all around the city, leaving crews working hard and around the clock to get things back to normal. Take a look at your screen. This is the aftermath of one of those breaks, leaving cars frozen in the streets under inches of ice. 10 TV's Kevin Landers went to the German Village neighborhood to see how cleanup efforts are going, and here's what he found.
When frozen temperatures busted water lines across the city, it left chunks of ice like this in alleyways like this one here in German Village.
The city of Columbus hired Kenmore Construction to help free cars trapped in the ice. Backhoes and shovels and bags of salt, crews tried their best to attack a sheet of ice at the corner of Brusk and Sycamore Streets in German Village. Massive chunks of ice were separated from tires and under the bumpers of cars that haven't moved since the storm hit January 25th. That's 12 days ago. The city reports 80 water line breaks since the storm hit. 44 of those have been repaired.
The water line that broke here has been fixed. The trick now for crews is chopping through the ice that's about 12 inches thick. Reporting in German Village, Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.
Of course, the snow and ice can be quite a challenge for anyone, but that's especially true in the case of first responders. Megan Matthews from CBS station WLKY reports on how they're dealing with some of this wintry weather.
The snow behind me might not look like a lot, but when you're an essential worker, it can pose extra challenges. It won't stop you from getting your job done, but it does make it a little harder to do.
They immediately they sink in. And some of the stuff, so I'm gonna have to start pushing. Ari, I'm gonna push.
Due to the lingering snow, many paramedics like Christopher Mattingly and Ariana Lee are now having to do extra work.
Our stretchers won't move through the snow. Our equipment won't move through the snow. You have to carry people a lot further. It's as challenging as having a whole nother patient.
Many paramedics are now having to problem solve, whether that means using a tarp with handles or spine boards to slide people on top of the snow, or even asking people to walk if they are able.
Due to the conditions, we have to ask the patients, you're gonna have to give it your all as well. Like, I'm sorry, normally I wouldn't ask you to walk on this sprained ankle, but I might have to ask you to, hold my shoulder and limp it out for a minute.
And the problems don't just come with getting people to the ambulance. It also occurs during transport situations with ambulances now getting stuck.
A non-emergent situation, we can hang out and try to get it unstuck. An emergent situation, we can request another ambulance. We can request the fire department. They'll come.
EMS has backup in place called fly cars and community paramedics. While community paramedics assist with getting non-emergency patients other forms of transportation, fly cars will bring extra support.
They can go assist until an ambulance gets there and then leave and go to the next scene, assist, and then it's kind of a nice intermediate care until you get until transport can be provided, yeah.
But whatever your situation is, one thing is for sure, you will be able to receive help.
We're going to make it through the house, make it through the snow, get to the ambulance and get to the hospital. It's a matter of how and when we're going to do it, but it's not a matter of if we can.
Megan Matthews, WLKY News.
And here's a reminder, now that we've seen all of the worst of winter, it's not going to last that much longer. In fact, it's already time to start thinking about those summer jobs. We first told you yesterday on 10 TV News at noon that Cedar Point was hiring, and leaders say they have 7,000 jobs to fill for positions from everything from ride operators to food and beverage, water park security, and even hotels. You can earn with these jobs between $13 to $15 an hour. Cedar Point says if you're hired, you'll get free admission and scholarship opportunities as well. The park is hosting an open house that'll start next week, and it's at its hiring training center. You can also apply for these jobs online at Cedar Point's website. Their opening day is May 9th, getting ever closer. And new this afternoon, you can also get a seasonal pass to Cedar Point, changing part of its parent company there with the parks, Six Flags. They say now you can get a gold pass where you have access to all of the parks in specific regions instead of just one park here in the Midwest. You'll be able to get into Cedar Park, Kings Island, Six Flags, Great America in Illinois, and more. If you want to check out that, you can go to their website right now. Gold passes are going for only $85. And finally today, let's check out some new video into us here at 10 TV News. At least one person, unfortunately, was deceased in a multi-vehicle pileup in Butler County, Pennsylvania. That's according to the Pennsylvania State Police. Several crashes occurred on I-79 Friday morning with the winter weather pushing through, causing the highway to shut down in both directions. You can see the view there of that pileup. At least 18 vehicles involved in one of those crashes. PennDOT added that both the north and southbound lanes were closed during that pileup. You can see again the results of that crash there on your camera or your screen. Definitely want to take it slow in these conditions. And video here, some better video from in the snow, not quite so depressing. The Ranger, Milo, and Gus, as well as Liam, they are southern white rhinos gallivanting around in the snow at the zoo in Knoxville, Tennessee on Tuesday. This was earlier in the week. They probably got a little more snow to play with now. The zoo said Milo and Ranger are used to warmer climates, while Liam and Gus are accustomed to the colder weather. They're from northern regions, so glad to see those rhinos out there enjoying things in these wintry conditions. And one more thing to show you guys here tonight. This was some video or pictures of myself from earlier this week when we were out at Schultz Elementary School. This was in Delaware, talking to second graders about all the different types of weather that they can experience and how to understand it, as well as how to see what's going on in their environment. Always glad to make it out to those school visits. If you want us to visit your school, just reach out to us here at 10TV. You can send us an email, wx@10tv.com, or you can reach out to us on social media, and we'd love to see your children, teach them about the weather as well. And of course, speaking of the weather, it never stops. We're always keeping a close eye on things here at 10TV, and we're going to keep you up to date with the latest. For more coming up tonight on our cold weather, you can join me again at 4, 5, and 6, as well as at 11. We'll get you ready for that bitter cold air Saturday and talk more about that warm up next week, as well as when we could see rain back in our forecast. Until then, you can catch more news and weather online, 10tv.com. Have a great afternoon.